I stay grateful. And now it's gonna be a long year. No other way to say it. It's gonna be a very long year. But it's gonna be a good year, at least for me. And I hope it is for you too. I did what I could for whoever I could do it for, and now I got to go back to being me. And there might be a lot of people that ain't a big fan of who I really am as a person, but I don't really care. You know, life isn't a movie. I think that's where I get separated from most of society. Is like most people live life like it's a movie, and they think it works like a movie, and it does. It just doesn't. And there's a lot of people that think they understand that life doesn't work like a movie, and they don't really know just how much life doesn't work like a movie. You know, and they try and tell people what they want or how they want things, not recognizing that 95% of the time nobody cares and there ain't a damn soul listening. And that's just the way it is. But it's okay. You know, um, like being out here right now, I feel a certain peace amidst a whole lot of what shouldn't be bringing me peace. But I think it's like when you get to the top of that mountain, you end up at peace. And that's where I'm at. Is I spent enough time at the top of the mountain that I'm calm, even in the storm. And with less than a month left, you know, before things change, I'm not scared at all. And I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are. And I thank God that I finally have my own nice, safe, nice, safe space. You're going to prison. I'm not talking to the white one. I have somewhere that I can lock my door behind me, and I don't have to worry about anything. And it's my turn to be able to talk trash on the street and put people in their place, and then be able to hide behind a closed door with a lock on it. What I really mean is I'll take one here and there, but I'm doing my own thing. Oh, man. And no offense to the people that think I'm going to end up working for them. You work for me. And if you don't know that yet, I will teach you. That's okay. We got time, nothing but time. And so while you think you're going to pick up a kid, we'll pick you up. You want to try and put a kid to work? We'll put you to work. So try. Welcome to Hollywood. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is why I don't come out here. I get so fed up. I get so angry about things. I really do. So, you know, it's just nice to be able to hide away like everybody else. And I'll tell you, truthfully, I don't understand why most people come out. I really don't. Um, like me, like I said, I just don't miss being on the street. I don't miss it. Now, I'll tell you something. What's really sad is if these people that are so selfish had gotten me what I needed more quickly, I wouldn't have such a disdain for the street. They say, oh, well, we don't want you out here. You're going to want me out here when you need me out here. And when you need me out here, I'm not going to be out here. Don't matter. I don't care. You had your chance. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, now it's just about making face and doing what I got to do and not really doing anything except what I got to do. I don't have to play as stupid anymore, which is really nice. Can't get away with taking showers every day yet without people getting bent out of shape. Because what I've learned is in Hollywood, you either smell good and people are jealous, so they're trying to kill you in the middle of the night, or you smell bad and, you know, they just tell you you smell bad. So for now, I smell bad because I don't feel like dealing with scumbags that are going to compete with me, interpersonally over smelling good. Like a professional competition, competing professionally, that's one thing. But to compete with me on a professional or on a personal level in a professional fashion, that's just called a lack of boundaries. And I'm not about it. It's just not my way of doing things. And they say, oh, you don't belong here. Well, no offense, but none of you belong here. We're letting you live here. And, I'm trying to fight on your side, so don't give me no drama, I'm over here trying to fight for you to be able to continue to live your lifestyle in one of the last states left that, behaves in an American way. I don't agree with or appreciate the way you live, but I know that you do. And I know it's the true American thing to do to keep your lifestyle intact. So you can hate me all you want, but if it weren't for guys like me, you wouldn't have your lifestyle. You'd be in a foreign country. And that's the way it is. So with that said, before I get the next insult, which I think it's been about 15 in the last 10 and a half blocks, from people whose lives I've saved, either personally or just unbeknownst to them, I hate you with a passion, but I will always keep you alive because it's what I do. So fuck you and fuck me too. And this broadcast is not marked 18 plus for any other reason than the fact that I curse in it. Just so you're aware. We're just walking down the boulevard while I go buy something and try to avoid the vermin and the insects. Oh, and the people. Avoiding many, many people. As I, despite what I do for a living, still avoid people like the plague. So, now it says that they close at 10, but I'm not seeing anybody out here. So wish me luck. All right, I have to go because I don't want to be live streaming while I'm inside. But I'll come live when I come outside. I don't know what I've been told. I lost my memory in the cold. I made you look. Listen, and listen clearly. The only thing that's going to happen if you take down all my social media platforms is I will have nothing but time and energy to put focus into getting into the mainstream industry more quickly. And the fact is, I'm already in. Unlike these dumb bitches, I'm already in. So for me, I don't appreciate it as much as I should. But honestly, that's pretty much anybody in the industry. If you're in music, maybe you have the appreciation. But if you're in film, I've just never met anyone that is new school who has a level of appreciation necessary to stay alive in the industry. I really haven't, And I had a choice between leaving the country and just cutting people's heads off or staying in country and just going the mama's boy way. And I chose the mama's boy way because as much as I hate these scumbags, thankfully, God bless America, they're none of my business. Absolutely none of my business. And when I step outside my home, it's my choice to step outside my home, and I got to be less of an asshole. And that's something I'm working on right now. Just got me a therapist. Be very proud of me. So, I'll have somebody to talk to about my problems. And that's that. But for anyone that doesn't know, I am not on the street at all. I am not living or sleeping on the street. That is a fact, not a perception of someone who is mentally miscombobulated. And I thank you for protecting me during the time that I was outside. And now I move on into a better part of life. And if you try to cheat me, you're going to have to live the entire year over again. And this time you're going to remember it. And you're going to hate it that much more. And probably kill yourself because your brain won't be able to handle the situation. But beyond that, very, very difficult not to talk to and provide assistance to people that are on the street that I recognize now that I'm off the street. But I was advised very highly to avoid anybody that is on the street. And I was told that if I decide to associate with people that I associated with when I was on the street, that I will be homeless, that I will end up homeless. So I can't talk to anyone that isn't white, literally. And that is not the people who are giving me housing telling me that, but I do have people that are telling me that I have a lot of power, that if I talk to anybody that isn't white, that I'm fucked. So, that being said, I'll figure that out later. As of right now, people don't like me anyway, so there's no difference. You know? So it's fine. But it is what it is, you know? Some people get too emotional about stuff. They don't know how to handle themselves. You know, they say, oh, this is war. Our country's at war. Then act like it. Act like it, you know? Like, the feel-goods don't go during wartime. They just don't. Because if it's between you trying to hug somebody and the person you're trying to hug not caring if you're alive or dead, well, what difference does it make? You got to find a way to stay alive. And you don't do that by fighting people, but you don't do it by giving them hugs either. You just do what you did during COVID. Just avoid each other. It's effective. At least it works for me. I avoid everyone. And I'm really good at it. So, yeah. Alright. Well, I'm going to go. And I'm going to go rest my neck. And try to get some sleep. While avoiding, you know, everyone, as usual. Alright. Good night, everybody. I got some walking to do, but I got some thinking to do, too, so I'll see you. Yo, I gotta tell you something. It is so odd for me to live here and be acknowledged by anybody that isn't on the street. I don't know that I'm ever gonna get used to it. I don't know that I'm ever gonna get used to it. I hope I don't. I really hope that I never get used to it. I'm visiting. I'm visiting the street, okay? I am not back on the street. I am visiting the street. And I went just to buy something, and I did, and now I'm going home. So, you know, and I just realized I have my tripod in my bag and I'm not using it. I'm going to pop this thing out because I have no reason to be keeping it in there. If I can get it, I don't know. I might have to put it together. I'll just wait till I get home. But I got all excited. I realized, I'm like, wait, I got it on me now. I could use it, but you know. Guys, here's the thing. When I was on the street, I helped yous from the street. Now that I'm off the street, I ain't covering for you on the street because I ain't coming back to the street. I hate to tell you, but it ain't happening. But what I will do is help you get off the street. I can't help you get off the street as long as you have me covering for you on the street. I said no. When you try to force me into covering for you, well, that just puts you in a predicament because now you owe me. Me getting off the street puts a price on me covering for you when I'm walking through town. So, considering there isn't anybody on the street that could afford the price that it costs to have me to cover for him, the answer is no. And even if I went back to the street, I would still charge you a price for covering for you because I'm off the street and I ain't going back. And that's that. So if you need help, you can say so. And if you're so desperate that you need help that bad, don't say so. Don't try to force me in front of your bullets because I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you, but I'll help you in my own way. So, anyway. Well, I didn't see a darn thing tonight. That's where I'm at tonight. I didn't see anything. Oh, for how much I've seen tonight, I didn't see a darn thing. And I don't want to know. Open mic style, you know what I'm saying? Every Thursday night right here. Come over here and get fried real fast. Oh, what's his name? All right. Cool. All right. You know what? I'm going to shut down the broadcast and take a picture because this really cool British kid guy is in this movie. And I actually kind of want to see it because I've seen some previews. But I'm going to hop off of here and take a picture of what they got going on up there. Block out some faces, obviously, but I'll come back on live, but it's going to be in a couple of minutes. And I think I'm going to do it over on Twitter or something. Everybody's being a little weird tonight. Oh my gosh, the internet right now is losing their minds because I'm off the street officially.
Shush. Talking to the cops outside. They go, whoop. You're doing something without my permission. You're breathing, and I didn't get the clock. What time is it? It's 22:06. Did you just breathe? Did you just breathe without my permission? That's literally how it is out here. I'm not joking. Not even exaggerating. And then on top of that, it's, did you just reveal me? Did you just tell on me? There's no way you just told people about the fact that I clock when you breathe. Like, literally, the people out here are so criminal, it's insane. It's not even funny. Like, the cops sometimes are the worst of it. Still carry billy clubs. Yeah, the state that talks the most about not having weapons and not having guns has cops with billy clubs. So, however the hell that works, I don't know. But fuck everybody. That's the mood I'm in right now. Fuck everybody. I don't even like me right now. So yeah. Happy 10 o'clock. Happy me still being quiet during quiet time. Because I am being quiet, not being loud. And if anyone asks me to be more quiet, we can download an app that measures the decibels. And then we can put on the sign that says about being quiet, how many decibels we're allowed to, that level of decibels we're allowed to speak at. Or whatever, But then correct the English when I'm right, because insanity is a necessity in a state of paranoia. I don't know why I'm so cranky. Maybe it's because I just keep getting fans. It's like I'm literally trying to get banned, and I'm getting fans instead. But it's fine. I can deal with real fame. It's okay. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was coming this quickly. I wasn't planning on it. I have a home. I'm getting permanent housing. I think I talked to you guys about that already. Okay, I'm sorry you're boring me. I'm going to bed. It's like 5 people in here, and the rest are in some scum shit show somewhere else. I don't know what happened to you people, but the Periscope to Twitter community has become trash. Y'all used to be like decent human beings, and now most of you are literally actual real life scumbags. And like, I don't fear you. I don't respect you. I think you're pathetic, and I think you should find another platform. Because trust me when I tell you, the internet doesn't want you. They want me more than they want you. And that's saying a lot. So, to those of you in here with me, thank you for being here. I'm not sorry for insulting your friends. You deserve better friends. Have a good night. some water. I'll be right back. Yeah. I'm officially on my grind and stuff. Yum. Yeah. Mm. Okay, let's run to Twitter. It's tonight. It's fine. Whoa. I got nothing else to do. I think it's funny. Honestly, I do. Eating a burrito. Thanks for becoming a fan. What was that? Something happened. Why are my eyes changing colors on the camera? Everyone see that? My pupils are flickering the TikTok colors. Thanks for the invites. $211th. Oh God, that must be boring. Yeah. Okay, well, if it won't even load, there's no point in having it on the phone.
Become a fish. Yes. You gotta do it. Do the dirty. Do the deed, do the dirty. Mm. Why is that man upstairs talking to himself? Why is that man downstairs talking to himself? I'm talking to the camera. I'm talking to the camera. But, excuse me. Oh God, how am I alive? Like, how is this possible? And all of this that's happening right now, I don't understand what's happening. I'm just trying to go with it, you know? I'm freaking out, man. Freaking out. Eat something. Eat something. You know, eat something. Take a nap. Have some sex. Shut your mouth. Try one of those fours. Should work for you. Dude, I will eat you. Like, literally. I will drag you through the street with my teeth. You know how I know your jugular is visible? Because of your comments. You are the easiest target. Because you'll come right to me. You don't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. Ooh, ooh. Watch what happens. What? Go ahead. Watch what happens. No. Watch what happens. Go ahead. Please. Go ahead. Watch what happens. You want to be the hated existence of everyone in your state? Be my guest. No, please. Bring it on. Do you have any idea who you're not about to be? Well, I meant anyone in your life, pretty much. You realize you put me in jail. I leave the country, and you're a dead man. That's in real life. I'm just letting you know. I'm not reading your comments. You're not worth my time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to block you because you look like a fucking piece of shit and a scumbag. And your comments are super annoying. And that's literally why you're being blocked. I know you think you're special, but you're a trash human. And I hope that you find death as a friend. I really do. I hope you meet death in a friendly way. I'm gonna stick my middle finger in his butthole if he ever finds me in real life and has something to say. I'm gonna walk right up to him and I'm gonna stick this finger up his butt. I'm not kidding. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm not kidding. Very first thing I'm gonna do. He might pull a gun on me. He might be all violent. God's honest truth, I'm gonna avoid his swing. I'm gonna take these two fingers and I'm gonna go right up his butt before I do anything. Before I do anything, very first thing I'm doing, going for the prostate. Might calm him down. Sure hope it does. Whew. That is the sign of somebody that doesn't have good sex.
Good luck with that one. Whoever is stuck with that one, good luck. Just another keyboard warrior. That's all that is. It's a goddamn fucking keyboard warrior. If you don't like my language, don't listen. I'm in the privacy of my own room. And if you hear me outside, that's your problem. You can talk to the building manager about why my window doesn't close properly. It's closed as best as possible. I'm not going to apologize. I'm in my own private space doing my best. What I have to say, unless you have something good to say, is actually none of your business. It's only your business if you log in and watch or have something good to say in real life. But if you got something negative to say in real life, don't bother. I don't invade your private space. I prefer you don't invade mine. But you're more than welcome to try. And that's not a provocation. That's a warning. Where I come from, when someone comes onto your property, you put a bullet in their head. That's what we do. That's America. You defend your private property. Oh my gosh, are you a little bitch? You're literally like a tiny little bitch. Like you're on the internet complaining right now. It's fucking hilarious. Like a real man would have already knocked on my door and had something to say. You'd have found a way in the building. You'd have knocked on the door and said, hey, I got a problem with you. Instead, you're being a tiny, puny, little pathetic ass bitch and commenting on a live stream. And I hope to God that you are actually somebody important so that whenever I tear off your legs, somebody cares. And I can watch them mourn and complain about shit that you did to yourself. Yeah, sorry. That's a bitch ass wannabe cop. That's a guy that used to be a police officer. And he's complaining because he's pissed off that I have somewhere to live. I have a home. And that is someone who used to be a police officer who had me torn out of my living situation and forced onto the street to try and get me to do his bidding. And that cost him his badge. And so now he's like, I'm after you. I'm going to get you. Because now I have somewhere to live and he lost his badge for trying to force me into homelessness and incarceration, along with a slew. I could name at least 30 people, including mostly law enforcement officers that are no longer with us legally. They are now unbadged for fucking with my life. And it sucks because I'm pro cop. Go figure. I'm pro police. I am. But I don't mess with corruption. I don't do it. I'm not about that life. You want to make it about law enforcement? I'm down for it. But if you want to be a bitch, you'll get taken care of by your own. Trust me. I don't have to do a damn thing. The wolves will get to you on their own. Oh, he's mad because I'm not gay. That's what it is. He's being a little bitch because he's a homo and I'm not. He's mad because he likes dick and I don't like dick. And that's not homophobic to say. I'm not interested. Homosexual. It's not a slur. Homo means homosexual or homo sapien, human. If anything, when you say homo, you're giving someone a compliment because you're including homosexual in the entire range of homo sapien. So you're welcome. But if you're upset that I'm not into men, honestly, that's not my problem at all, and it never will be my problem. Your inability to rate me is your problem, and you need to solve that by getting mental help for the fact that you think that statement made sense. Thanks for the shares. If the courts deem that it's not proper for me to be live streaming, Guess who's leaving America? If you tell me I can't be on the internet, guess who will no longer be an American? This guy. God's honest truth. I'm not kidding. Do not do anything to encroach on my freedoms, or I will give up on this country. I am this close to giving up on this fucking country. And I'm this close. Like, I'm real dug in. I love my country. But that shit right there is what our country has become. And I have a really hard time with that. So, I'm doing my best. But I'm this close to being gone. I really am. And I don't need an excuse. I don't need a felony warrant that's going to result in 30 plus officers and, federal agents losing their positions. I'm good. If I run off to Mexico, it's because I'm a hardcore motherfucker and I felt like doing it. And that's the fact. And that's the truth. And that's on record right here in front of you. Your country has no name. I'm not really into like the alt stuff, like alt left or alt right. I'm not really into the content or the culture of it. I'm a real one, and like I'm super hardcore in real life. So, I'm not one of those people that just like watches videos about it on the internet and like screams about it and then hopes something gets done. I'm just like, if there's a problem in this country, the people that I associate with, we either solve it or we solve it. We don't really do elongated problems. We don't really do pretending to solve problems. We solve problems. Or we don't have problems. And that's the only two ways we do things. When it comes to watching YouTube videos and going down rabbit holes, I'm not much for going down rabbit holes. I'm not much for the inappropriate content or anything like that. I'm not much for it. Man, I'll tell you what, you and your butt buddies need to find something to do. You realize he's drunk too. I don't know who that is. But here's the thing, I'm really good at reading people, so I can peg right from where I'm at, what that whole situation is. Then, oh my gosh, hey, a woman, someone that I'm actually interested in, as opposed to a really creepy homosexual man who thinks that his verbal violence is going to create sexual interest with me. Guys, if there's anybody that needs to be institutionalized in this country, it is the people who are obsessed with like forcing their culture onto other people. I don't care what your culture is. If you're like me, if you're like the people in the community that I serve, no matter who you are, if you cannot refrain from forcing people to live the way you live, no matter your intention, you need to get some serious help. So for me personally, like I have my way of life, and I'm pretty adamant about my way of life, but I do not ever, and I mean ever, attempt to pressure my lifestyle onto anyone. Never. I don't care if that's your way of doing things. It's never appropriate, and it's completely un-American. It's socialistic, it's totalitarian, and it's tyrannical. And I don't support that behavior whatsoever. Like men and women, I can't do it then. I can't. Sorry. I have been strictly told I must only. These are people that I'm getting out of my life that I haven't totally gotten out of my life yet. I have to be very careful about. Oh, like that guy that I had to block like 3 times. What do you call it? I can only do straight white females. That's it. I'm not allowed to do anything or anyone else. So don't take it personally, because it very much is not personal. Essentially, I'm being used as socioeconomical bait. I'm being used to catch domestic cyber terrorists by acting like somebody who is only interested in straight white females. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. People think that of me anyway, so I ain't too worried about it. And only is two different things. On what topic? Oh, you're just jealous. I know. You didn't get laid tonight. You're mad because I'm only into women. Sorry, I'll tell you what, that dude is such an angry person. I'm dealing with getting rid of a lot of people right now from my life who are super jealous that I have somewhere to live. They're like literally trying to like infiltrate anywhere that I go and anyone that I talk to, trying to literally brainwash anyone that I talk to or associate with in an attempt to gain control over my life and force me into homelessness in an attempt to cover up their secrets and cover up how much they've done to me and how much damage they've done and the crimes they've committed against me over the years. I'm doing pretty good now, and most of them are already on their way to prison. Investigations pending, so I'm not too worried. But I think the funniest part and the best part for me is watching them go down as they believe that I'm going down with them, and I don't. It's my favorite part. Like, I waited 12 years to get here. I literally from the age of 18. Yeah, yeah. From about the age of 18 in 2013 to now, I have been like preparing for this time in my life where I could just shake off all of the people that don't belong in my life. And it's finally happening. In general. I'll tell you something about generals. The only generals I've ever met that aren't in the military are in prison. If you belong to a criminal organization in America, be prepared for incarceration because they are doing a mass sweep across the country, deporting anyone that isn't legal and incarcerating anyone that isn't that is associated with criminal organizations, especially old-fashioned organized crime. And last but not least, they are institutionalizing indefinitely people that are refusing to gain and maintain their obedience to the government. So, people like that get mad because they know their life is over. And they look at me and they're like, no, it's like that a typical hero villain movie or like just a typical, protagonist antagonist film where, I'm doing good. Then the antagonist comes in, oh God, what do I do? And then, after it's all over, I succeed. And then the antagonist is like, no, why? This isn't fair to me. My life is awful now, and I don't understand why. This isn't my fault, and he's not supposed to win, and blah, 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 blah. But, that's just how it is. So, it's awesome. It's my turn. And it's not a movie, so I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. I have those moments off screen where I'm like tearing up, but on screen, I'm like, haha, I win. But that's not how I really feel, obviously. I'm just like super grateful that my life is going good, So I guess I just don't understand why the federal government hasn't taken care of this yet. Like, I know Interpol is still investigating, but like, you can bring him in on a federal charge. You don't have to like extend this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think what they're doing is just trying to continue to collect evidence because they know if they take him down now, it's only going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's bitching about. Oh, my guess. They probably did something his little clan of, you know, people that need help that aren't getting it the way that we're getting it. Probably did something they weren't supposed to do. That's my guess. Listen, this isn't 2.0. All right, this has been the story for God knows how long. Like, I don't even know when that weirdo showed up. I honestly don't. I literally don't like that. Like, the one weirdo that came up a couple of years ago. You remember him? The old bald one. Like, I know where he came from, right? What circle he came from. But this one, I don't know. It just came out of nowhere and just started like harassing me. And I don't even know. I don't even know where he came from or who he is. So I pretty much just disacknowledged him. And then anytime he comes in my broadcast and is stalking me and harassing me, I just block him. I guess however many times I have to, you know. So it is what it is. Everybody has their excuses for their behavior. You know, I'm in my own life doing my own thing. And even if somebody's trying to help me, like if I say don't help me, I literally mean like I don't want or need your help. And even if you think I do, like you need to back off before you end up with a protective order against you. You know what I'm saying? And like that's where I'm getting to with this person is like I'm thinking about actually filing for a restraining order or a PFA or you know whatever type of paperwork I'd have to file with the government to or with the courts to force this person to stop being able to associate with me digitally, to keep him from associating with me digitally. Because I mean, he literally cyber stalks me and like harasses me and like it's insane. I mean, absolutely insane. And I don't know how he's still getting away with it. I really don't. I know that he's not powerful or connected. And I know that, he's closely associated with some very ugly people. But beyond that, I don't know. I think it's just because he lives in another country and it makes it much more difficult. And like I said, I'm starting to get the hints that more than likely he is associated with a criminal organization. And I'm guessing that's probably how, why he hasn't been incarcerated yet. Because they're probably still using him for evidence, or he may be a snitch. That's also a possibility. I didn't even think about that. There's a possibility that he's just a straight dry snitch and someone that like reports to the police, and that might be why he hasn't been incarcerated yet. Like me, I have some really serious ties with some super powerful people, which is really cool. But like they're not criminals. You know what I'm saying? And I know that this person that won't stop bothering me doesn't have those ties and definitely isn't the type of person that anyone of any proper stature would associate with. So I don't know why they're behaving that way, but my next move is going to be legal. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. My next move will be legal. Like I go either way, when I got somebody who's like some middle-aged wannabe former cop coming at me, I'm ready to take them down. I'm ready to, you come to the streets with me, my teeth are going for your body. Like I'm not playing because I have to defend my life. Obviously first and foremost, make sure you're calling the cops. But secondarily, if he's coming at me while the cops are on the way, I'm defending myself, and that's that. But as for people like that are like internet stalking and harassing, and they're calling businesses that I frequent, they're calling the landlords, they're calling, the security guards, and like sending videos to the security guards that are working on the property. Dude's gotta go. You know what I mean? Like someone's got to imprison that guy because that's insanity. Like there's a difference between trying to be a good citizen and like literally not getting over the fact that cancel culture never worked and it's over and the attempted cancellation of me failed,
and you need to move on because the only thing happening is that evidence is building up against you, and there's nothing else to it. So that's that. And if you take out physical paperwork on me first, don't worry. I will. I'll come to Canada first instead of to Mexico, because at that point you kind of just put yourself on a list that I can't get you off of, and that's not my problem or my responsibility. But that's what you get for associating with criminals. So, got it. I don't have to do anything about it. That's the beautiful thing. He's the one that chose to ask for protection from criminals. And so criminal is what he gets. It's on him. I chose protection from the police. Did the corrupt ones try for a time to force me into talking? I cannot confirm nor deny, but what I could say is that I didn't. And eventually they let go. Sometimes cops can be like dogs with a bone. They'll hold on to it and they won't let go until they feel good and ready to let go. And then when they do finally let go, life gets a little bit easier. But, I chose people that I knew I could trust a little bit more to at least get the job done, than criminals. So, yeah. I mean, you should take that as a compliment that the most I'm going to do is block somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is my personal opinion. Like, you act like a psychotic monster, and the most I do is block you. I would say that's a rather docile and respectable response. But I suppose that's just my opinion. I guess what I'll say to you is don't think that you can passive aggressively make fun of me and then not expect to get any heckling in return. And when you receive said heckling, you should get better at taking a joke because you're not very good at it. I guess what I'm saying is, based on what I was raised on, if you're going to dish it, get ready to receive it. If you're going to put that energy out there, be ready to get it back. And me personally, I've been dealing with my whole life. Like, I've been dealing with getting that energy coming back to me my whole life. And I'm fine with it. I'm used to it. I know how to handle it. Most people just don't. That's all. So, yeah. Anyway, well, I will tell you, I am getting tired. I'm getting bored. It's just a whole bunch of people that want to hang out, and then some weird ass loser that just won't leave the party. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just that one guy that just has to ruin the vibe no matter what, just because somebody didn't spike his punch or some chick wouldn't go to the bedroom with him. So, fuck that guy. Kick him out of the party. Put him in cuffs if you have to, but get him the fuck off your property. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool, but sometimes this is what you gotta do. So, to those of you that, know how to hang, I will see you very soon. Have a good night.